Honestly, what inspired my tattoo today was all Roman and his own ideas. I give him full disclosure because he's just such an amazing artist. Hector actually reached out to me a little while back. We did the first piece and it really just felt like I was at home. You know, you have that experience with a tattoo artist where not only are you paying for a piece, but you're paying for the experience. So with that being said, come watch me get work done.
So right now we're on the third session. How I approach my tattoos is kind of like a segmented piece. So it allows me to progress faster and more organized. First session is just laying out the bones of the whole project. So it's just line work, kind of feeling out the client, see what their pain tolerance is. A lot of times that's what dictates how fast the tattoo is going to go, is making sure that I can not cause as much pain, but also get as much work done. Our second section actually wasn't really a normal one. We finished up his outer panel on the other leg, and I was like, oh, let's get some shading done on this Hannya. And so I wanted to lay foundation in for my values, my darks, my lights, where my darkest colors are going and where the light source is coming from. That helps me out to set up pretty smoothly for the third session, which is color on this one. So we're focusing on going back into those darks and then adding my darker greens, and then just flushing out the values there, the hues and the saturation for the color. But thankfully Bobby's, again, handles it like a freaking champ and just lets me work. So the next session, ideally we finish today. That's the best case scenario. But if not, how I like to end my sessions is at a stopping point. So let's say he's feeling it and he can't really sit through much more. I try and finish the piece I'm working on, so that way I don't have to go in again with more color. Because it kind of like, it messes up the picture day of, but also it's very hard sometimes if you're not tracking the color you use or like what shades you're using or mixing, because how I mix is like a paintbrush. Like I'll just dip as I go. I don't really do the mixing of the colors beforehand. So I just like getting everything organized and set the day of and finishing what I can day of without leaving any empty holes. And it just looks better on the client instead of having like unfinished part of a tattoo. They at least have some sort of finished piece and they know where they're going as far as like the next session and what to expect.
He hyperfixates on it and probably draws it 50 million times, if we're being literal. So if he's going to go ahead and hyperfixate on it, I know that the piece is going to come out 10 out of 10 every time. So I let him have full discretion on it.
So the cool thing with kois is they're one of my favorite things to tattoo next to a dragon. But the original story of a koi is they're swimming upstream. And essentially there's different colors that mean certain things. Now, do I know all of them? No, but I do know the gold koi is the one that traditionally will swim upstream, go through the struggles, and be the last one to make it up the waterfall to the top and then transform into a dragon. So that's why you see a lot of them paired with dragons. Hannya is the reason why I like this one paired with the Hannya is the Hannya has a bunch of different meanings. The one I like the most is that it's used to ward off evil spirits. So it's almost acting like a protector for this koi to be able to complete his journey upstream and become who he's supposed to be.